The next content section I would like to introduce to you is the contact content section. Let's add that in now. The content section will only allow you to add this once in your layout. So if you scroll all the way down and try to add a new content section, you'll see that the contact section has disappeared. So let's go ahead and start off by giving our section an ID. So we're going to call this contact. And we have the options of assigning a background color, a background image, text color, heading color. We have the option to display the Google map, which would be down below. And also we have the option to assign a map location. We can also add in our recipient email address. That's where all the emails will go to. An email subject. And then we also have above the form heading and then above the form content. And down below we have below the form heading and below the form content. So let's go ahead and start filling this stuff out. So map location, I already have an address. Let me go ahead and copy that. This is a Chicago address. We can add that in here and just hit enter. Let's try that again. We hit enter. All right. So now you see that it automatically zeroed in on the exact location of the map, which is perfect. And scrolling down, we can put our recipient email address. This is where the email is going to go to. For this testing purpose, we can just say support at, and we'll just do test at test.com. Let's give it a quick test. Email subject, we can just name that test. Above the form heading, we can say above the form. Down below, we can say this is our content below, above the form. And we'll just fill that out for right now. So let's go ahead and check out our front end. Also, I'm going to give our text color, let's change that to black. And our heading color, let's make that black as well. And I'm going to click update. And going to the front end of our web page and hitting refresh, we see that our Google Map location has zeroed in, which is perfect. Above the form, this is our contact. This is our content above the form, which is great. We can also start to fill out these areas as well. So John Doe. You can say john@gmail.com. And we can say this is our test message. And I hit the send button. And that's it. Your message is sent, and you should instantly get that email to wherever you type in the recipient email address, which would be right here. That's a quick crash course in the contact content area. Also, if you want to, we can even disable the map. So if I click no here, hit update, and I go back and refresh my page, we see that the map has disappeared. So you have a couple of options that you can play around with. And hopefully this makes it a little bit easier to customize and add your contact forms into your web page. The next content section I would like to introduce to you is the countdown content section. So let's add that in now. And as you'll see, the countdown section will only let you apply it to the layout once. So if you try to add a new content section, which is countdown, you'll see that it has disappeared from the menu. And that's created by us by design. So let's go ahead and give our countdown section an ID. We're just going to call this countdown. Background color, let's just give this a black background. Text color, we're going to make it white. And heading color, let's make that white as well. And heading, we're just going to call it countdown. Or no, we'll just say hurry. And content below the heading, we can just say hurry before our sale ends. All right. And now, where it says ticker date, you can click in this little area and you can get this little calendar. Let's go ahead and set a date in the future. Let's say September. We'll say September 2016. And then let's select the 24th. So that's the date in the future. So ticker text color, let's make this black. And the ticker background color, let's make that white. And you can also fill in lower content if you want to. For this example, I won't do that. We'll click the update button. Now let's check our front end of our website. Hit refresh. There we go. So it says hurry is our heading. And then down below, hurry before our sale ends. And then here's our actual countdown. So it's going to be a long time before that sale ends, but that's just a quick crash course in the countdown content area. The next content section that I would like to introduce to you is the anything content section. Let's add that in now. First thing we need to do is give our anything content section a section ID. We're just going to call this anything. We can also assign it a background color, a background image. We can change the font color, and we have a content area. So the great thing about the anything content section is that you can literally put anything in it. Anything as far as short codes, or if you wanted to even add in additional HTML, you can do it by clicking the HTML button here and dropping in your HTML in this window to update it into your content section. So just for a quick test purpose, we're just going to type in anything in here. And let's go ahead and assign a background image. Let's use this purple background. And we'll make it a white. I don't know, this is a background color. We'll leave our background color at its default. Let's change the font color to white. And obviously the background image takes priority of the background color, so you won't see the background color. So let's go ahead and click update and go to our front page and refresh. And there you go, you can see that our background image is showing up as purple, and then we have our text that sits on top. So if you have any type of specialized areas that you want to add in custom HTML or have a unique look and feel that the other content sections do not offer, the anything content section will come in handy for all your customizations. Content sections can be deleted, rearranged, and also collapsed. This brings in great flexibility when it comes to updating different content sections within this template. So we've introduced a collapse fill button, which is right here. And the reason why we introduced this button is because if you scroll down, you can see that we have the image slider, the video section, and the contact section all on this page, and it can get quite long, especially if you just really want to drill down to a specific section. Say for example, in this case we wanted to edit the contact section. We can click the collapse fields button, and you see that all of our content sections have now been collapsed, and we can just click on the contact section to expand it, and now we can do things as far as updating any type of information within this section. You can also roll the you can also roll a specific section back up by clicking on it once, and you can expand it by clicking on it again. Also, on top of that, you can actually rearrange the ordering of different content sections. So say, for example, if you wanted to have the contact section first, you can do that and click Update. Now when we reload our home page, you see that the contact section is showing up first, now the home page scroller, and then the video. So if I click Collapse Fields again, so we want the video section to show up first, click Update, and we refresh and scroll up to the top of our web page. You see that the video section is showing first, then the contact section, and then our image slider. You can also delete content sections on the fly. So let's do that now. I'm going to collapse all the fields. And when you hover over the content sections bar, there's a little X or close button that shows up. So in this example, I want to delete the contact section. So I click the X button right there, and that section has been deleted, but changes won't save until I hit the update button. And now if I go back and refresh my home page, we can see that we see the video section and the image section, and there is no contact section, which is what we want. And last but not least, if I collapse my fields one more time, we can actually rearrange specific items within a section. So for example, the image slider, wherever you see these numbers on the left-hand column right here, that means you can grab that particular number and drop it to rearrange the ordering. So currently right now, if we refresh our web page, we see that the image, the first image is the one that says Big Bug Bunny, and it shows a bunny holding a squirrel. So, and actually I just rearranged it so now the bunny shows up first, and then that other image shows up last with the bunny holding the squirrel. So if I click Update, and I refresh the home page and scroll down, we see that we actually changed the orient of the slides on the fly. You can also quickly delete slides or other repeating content types if you hover over the right portion of it, and you can see this minus button. If you click the minus button, that particular section or that particular slide disappears. And you can also see it by clicking the update. And if I hit refresh, we should only have that one slide, which is what we see right here. Also, you can edit the details of images by hovering over the image and clicking the pencil icon. Here you can add in information as far as captions, alternate text, and descriptions, and this is really good for SEO purposes when you want to get all of your code pretty much optimized for SEO on your web page. So don't forget to fill out those options if you're really interested in SEO performance of your website.